Hello everyone. It's me, your favorite blue guy, Mr. Blue. And well, today I am going to be answering all of your questions that you might have to ask, that you might have to ask me, Mr. Blue. So, this is how it is going to work. If you want your message read and you want me to impart my wisdom to you, well, all you have to do is donate 200 bits on the stream or a $2 super chat at the minimum. And well, I will answer all of your question and I'll try to impart as much wisdom as I can to you. How does that sound? Alright, I'm very excited for this kind of stuff that we're going to be doing right now. So, without further ado, I suppose let us get to the first question of the day, which is a question from Fred from Phoenix, Arizona. Good day, Blue Man. How are you doing today? Well, that is just a lovely question that I very much love. Well, I'm doing quite good. How are you? Thank you so much for the question, and I hope that that question answered all of your question, that my answer got you all the answer. Okay, it is time to go to the next question. Thank you again, Fred from Arizona. The next question that we have is a question from Boris from Alaska. My shower head is very rusty, and I don't know how to fix it. Well, what should I do? Thank you, Boris from Alaska, for the lovely question. Well, to answer that question, I would have to say, well, I actually have quite a bit of experience in fixing shower head that are rusty. Number one thing I will tell you is, first, you should remove the shower head from the shower. The reason it is rusty is because all of the water that is flowing through it is making it rusty, and well, that is not a good thing that you want while you are taking a shower. So, I would say that what you should do is, what you want to do is remove all the rust. And then you want to maybe paint your shower head a little bit blue. And that will help with the situation. I hope that helps. Thank you, Boris from Alaska, for the question. Our next question. Mr. Blue, I am going through a breakup. What should I do? 'Cause I'm really sad. This question is from Hihi Lala from Blinko. Well, Hihi Lala, thank you so much for the question. I'll try my best to answer it. But first, we are having technical difficulties with the camera. So I will just angle it slightly down so we can see the question that is being asked. Hihi Lala from Blinko, thank you for the question. And now I guess we get to the answer. Well, Hihi Lala, I am so sad to hear that this is happening to you. First of all, I want to say that I support all of my fans. And, well, I would say, push on through the pain, brother, because Hihi Lala, because that is the one thing that you can do. In this world, there are people that are going to cause you trouble, and, well, I would say that you just have to keep a positive attitude to all that stuff. Again, this is Mr. Blue's wisdom, and I hope that that answer has satisfied your question. We're going to go to the next question now. Hi, Mr. Blue. Can you please help me get the girls of my dream? From Grolix McLaren. Thank you, Grolix McLaren, for the question. Well, I would have to say that if you want the girl of your dream, Grolix McLaren, well, you have to be a very nice guy, and well, you have to hang out with a lot of girl, because that is the only way that you are going to receive that kind of stuff. Well, if you have a nice attitude about everything positive in your life, well, then that should be what you need to getting a good girlfriend. And I hope that it all goes well for you. Thank you very much for the question. Okay. Guys, we're going to go to the next question. Harkin Log says, I am kind of poor, and how do I make lots more money? Thank you so much for the question, Harkin Log. This is a great question for Mr. Blue, and I can impart my wisdom to you for this question. Well, step one is you want to get a job that is paying very well. Maybe a doctor or a lawyer. Well, something like that will get you a lot of money. I hope that answer has satisfied your question. We're going to go to the next question now. What is your SSN by LightPro7? Well, I'm going to be honest, I am not quite sure what that means. All I can tell you is my BBN is my big blue nose, because I am Mr. Blue, and that's the kind of thing that I love doing, is being blue. So, thank you so much for the question. The next question. It's my little brother's birthday, and he is a big fan of yours, and it's his birthday today. Could you wish him a happy birthday? His name is Mike Hawk. From Todd, from Mexico. Thank you, Todd Hawk, for the question. Well, happy birthday, little brother, Mike Hawk. It is your birthday, and that is a great thing. Well, I hope you have a lot of gifts, and I hope you are eating a cake today. Thank you so much, Todd, for the question, and happy birthday, Mike Hawk. The next question. I caught Ligma. What do I do? From Bone Zone. Thank you, Bone Zone, for the question. I really, really appreciate the question. Well, you might have to go to a doctor for that kind of stuff, because, well, that is a serious illness that you have contracted. I hope this helped. The next question. I got a burn on my hand. How do I make it stop hurting? From Glinbo. Well, Glinbo, the number one thing that you want to do is, well, you're going to want to run your hand through water. And it has to be a cold water, because otherwise, if it's warm water, it will make it hurt a lot. And cold water helps with burns. So I hope that that helps answer your question. The next question that we have. If you had to think about the color green for 3 seconds to end world hunger, would you do it? This question comes to us from Grolix McLaren. Well, Grolix McLaren, that is a great question. I would not think of the color green to solve world hunger. Well, because I am a blue guy, and, well, I think that the color blue is more important, and generally that is kind of my thing to being a blue guy. So, I hope that this answer finds you well, and I hope that that's answered your question very good. Anyway, we're going to go to the next question. Hello, Mr. Blue Man. My name is Jack Rope, and I've got dirt under my nails from Idaho. I am not going to read all of that, because that is, well, frankly, that is too much word. So, apologies, and I hope that your question goes answered from somebody else, perhaps with more wisdom, but I will be skipping your question. Our next question comes from Tommy Salami. How do I make a question? Well, Tommy, it seems you figured that out. Well, it seems you figured that out quite fine. I hope that answers your question. Our next question is from Bilf. When was the last time you heard a dog bark? Well, that is a fantastic question. The last time I heard a dog bark was, well, approximately maybe it was a few hours ago. As my blue dog, I took him for a walk and he barked at a squirrel. Thank you for the question, and I hope that answer has satisfied your question. Our next question. I fell down the stairs and broke my leg. How do I fix it? From Shorf Alex Borg. Thank you, Shorf, for the question. Well, I'd have to say that that is something that you have to go to the hospital to fix. Because, well, that is a really big deal. But if you are not near a hospital, well, I suppose you could create a splint and maybe you could fix your leg in place. Either way, I hope that you solve that imminently. We're going to go to the next question now. I ordered a Zinger Stacker Burger, in parentheses, spicy, but I do not like spice. Am I going to die? From JRad the Fox, smiley face, XXX. Well, that is a great question. Thank you for asking it. I'm not quite sure how to answer this, as I am just a blue guy, really, and, well, I am kind of a fan of spicy foods. But if you do not like a spice, it is okay. You will maybe feeling like a pain in your mouth from the spice, but I do not think you are going to die unless maybe you are allergic to spicy food. I hope that answers your question. The next question. Your last stream was very funny. Any plans on IRL streaming with Jacob Lorg again? From Replicaram. Real Pickram. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but, well, it is because I'm a blue guy and, well, my name is Mr. Blue. Well, I would say that that is a question that is, well, it is more a question that is for me, but that is okay because I always like to answer all of my fans' questions. I really enjoyed the stream that I did with Jacob Lorg, and I think I would do it again. I'm glad you guys also enjoy that. Well, I suppose it is time for the next question. This is a great... This is a great question. This is a great question that I cannot answer because, well, despite that the text is blue, I do not know the answer because, well, I do not speak the language that you are saying. I am so sorry. Well, it is time for our next question. I peed myself at school last year, and all my friends keep making fun of me. How do I stop them? Wow, this is an unfortunate situation for you. Well, I would say that you are good at one thing, and it is peeing yourself. Maybe if you peed on them instead, they will, well, maybe they will put themselves in your pants, so to speak, and they will stop bullying you as they understand your dilemma. Well, I hope that satisfied your question. It is time for the next one. How do you feel about the socioeconomic climate in Canada? This question comes to us from Grolix McLaren. Thank you, Grolix, for the question. Well, I don't know that much about that kind of stuff because I am not a political analyst. However, one thing that I can say is I think that the socioeconomic climate in Canada could well, very well be solved by the color blue, perhaps. Well, thank you so much for the question. The next question. How do I stop being angry all the time? From Huffman Chad's brother. Well, this is a question that I get a lot of the time because, well, I know a lot of angry people, and I don't want to be racist or anything, but let's just say people that are red or purple, well, they are angry a lot, and that is not a racist statement or anything like that. Well, so I would say maybe if you are becoming blue, you will become less angry all the time. Thank you for the question, but that is my answer, and I hope that it does satisfy you. Do you like almond milk? Or would you rather have dinner date with the president? From Lock0992. Well, it seems like there was a bit of an issue with the way that the name is now displayed on the question, but that is okay. Well, I do like almond milk with a blue coloring food dye, because, well, then it is blue, and that is a thing that I really like. Well, I don't know if you can tell, but blue is kind of my thing. Well, I would definitely have a dinner date with the president also. Thank you for the question. Used to watch you when I was a little kid, and I still watch you today. From New York. Wow. It really means a lot to me when people say this kind of thing. Well, I am glad you are still my fan, and I very much appreciate your comment. Though despite it was not a question, I will still answer, yes. I keep on sleepwalking at night, and I am freaking out. My roommates. What shall I do, Blue? From Aether Ropes. Well, this is a pickle. Because on the one hand, well, you want to stay friends with your roommate and not annoy them. But on the other hand, it is very difficult to not sleepwalking all the time. Now, from a personal place, I can tell you that I have sleepwalked before. But I will say this. Maybe if you strap yourself to your bed, maybe with some chain or maybe leather strap, you will no longer moving from being a sleepwalk. So, and that will help your roommates a lot. Well, I hope that answered your question. Mr. Blue, what happened at Lake Mungo? Well, as you know, Grolix McLaren, thank you for the question. There is a terrible thing that has happened at Lake Mungo. It is a crime. Like, I believing that it is a girl that got murdered. This is a very serious topic, and I will ask all of you to stay lighthearted with the question, because that is a very serious discussion. Maybe I will do another time. But I will say for now, it is a terrible thing that happened at Lake Mungo. So, thank you for the question. Sorry, I had a thing in my throat. Well, Rolling Chair, what a crazy question that you were asking me, but unfortunately I cannot read it, because it is in a language that I do not know. So I am sorry, but I will not answer your question. I hope that you have answer your question by someone else. Hello, Blue Man, longtime viewer. I sent you a letter to your P.O. box, and I was wondering if you got my letter. From Richard, from the Bronx, New York. Well, Richard from the Bronx, I did get your letter, and I enjoyed it very much. Well, I read the whole letter, and it was so nice to see your little drawing that you also included of me in the letter. It was a very nice gesture, Richard, from the Bronx, and I would like to thank you for sending me the letter. I am glad that you are a fan. Well, I think we're going to go to the next question. My eyes feel like they're made of light. From Stu. Sorry guys, the scene did not switch properly there, but as you can see, that is really the question that has been asked to me. So, well, that is not exactly a question, but I will answer. That is pretty crazy that you're saying this. I do not understand how your eyes could feel, well, that they are made of light, because, well, that is quite strange. Okay, we are going to go to the next question, I think, but I hope that your eyes feel better, and unless that feels good, in which case, then I suppose that is fine. That was strange. There was a question that seems to have been skipped over. Well, I suppose I shall get to it maybe later. This question reads, will you be my friend, please, Mr. Blue? I really want you to be to be your friend and meet you. I've been a big Blue fan for years. Thank you, Blue's new best friend forever at hotmail.com. I will be your friend. Well, I have always been everyone's friend that I know, like this. So, I am trying to be the nice guy ever, because I am a blue guy. So, I am very happy that you wanted to be my friend, and I think we should hang out sometime in real life. I'm going to take a quick break, and I think that we will be back in about 30 seconds. We were having some technical difficulty, but not to worry, all will be solved very shortly. Alright, I will see you. Hello everyone, we are back. Sorry for the brief intermission. We had some minor technical difficulties, but it's nothing to worry about as, well, we are back. So, today, well, right now we are going to answer another question and get right back to it. Alright, the next question that we have. This question is from I'm Hoppers. Hey Mr. Blue. Big fan. I want to be just like you. I painted myself blue. Would that be Blueface? Next question. From Noob. Would you battle Jeremy Figglenut for your freedom? Well, this is a person that, well, I have been knowing about for a long time, and they are very good with MMA, or mixed martial art, if you will. Well, I think that if it was a question for my freedom, I probably would have to fight, but I do not think that I will win, because, well, this is a long-time fighter in real life. Thank you for the question. I ate metal and my skin is turning black. What do I do? That is a very interesting question, terrifying chicken. Well, I will say that you do not want to let your skin go all the way, because, well, if that is not what you were born the color of, well, that can be perceived as not a good thing. So I will say perhaps that maybe you should paint yourself white for the future, or maybe I would go into a hospital. But I have found that if you maybe drink a lot of water, perhaps it will go away. Thank you for the question. How many light bulbs does it take to fill in a light bulb? From Glambo, from Gnostic Informant. Well, I think there was a mix-up, but it looks like Glambo is actually part of the question, and it is not actually the person who sent me the question. Thank you, Gnostic Informant, for the question. Well, I am not an electrician, but I would say, well, that perhaps it would take a couple light bulbs at least to fill up a light bulb. Glambo, thank you for the question. Right now we are going to go to the next question. Hello, Mr. Blue. Why is your massive belt sitting in this room? P.S. Can you make your office darker? I am not sure what you mean by my massive belt. Is that something that I am not knowing? A reference, perhaps? Well, I am going to trying right now to make my office darker. Well, actually, I think it is not possible because this is the lowest darkness that my room can go, my office can go. Well, I am not quite sure what to make of this question, frankly. As you can see, it is quite a weird, strange question from Bell Toad Tall. Well, what do you mean by my massive belt? I hope that you can clarify, and I am sorry if I cannot answer your question to the fullest. Let us go to the next question. When can we expect more blue people on the show? From Fat Ogre Bouncer Man. Well, that is a fantastic question. When I used to be on my show, the Mr. Blue Show, back in 1986, many of you are familiar with it. Well, we had some other blue people, including myself and other blue people. Well, I really want to get the old blue gang back together one and for all, for the last time, and maybe doing another live show. I think that that would be a very fun time, and I think that we could all enjoy each other's company. Hopefully sometime soon. Anyway, that is a response that I have given you. Next question. What are boobs? I am a visual learner, by the way. From Manaro. This is a good question. I do not know. Next question. Mr. Blue, I ask you, why does it burn when I pee? From Greg Michaels, 14. Greg Michaels, that's normal. When you pee, you're expelling all of the burn out of your body. It is very possible, well, that you have burned yourself before, and because it is burning when you pee, it is because that you have burnt yourself, and that is only your body healing. I hope that this has helped answer your question. On to the next. How many more kitchen utensils do I need to steal from Goodwill before his great malodorousness stops siphoning funds from the federal budget? From Blackwater Wolf. Well, it seems like you may have revealed some secrets from the government. And that is not something that I recommend that you do to this right now, because, well, it could get you into a lot of trouble, well, and also it could get me in trouble as well. So I would refrain from revealing government secret on the stream. But thank you for your question nonetheless, And I would say maybe you need to steal maybe 7 more knives or perhaps forks. The next question, please. Why does it hurt when over? From Ricky Hagginson. Never. It'll never stop. Next question is from Dryless. Did you steal Glimbo's gold? Well, I do not know who Glimbo is, and well, to be honest, I would steal Glimbo's blue if I had to steal anything from this guy. Well, gold is not very interesting to me, the color that is, but maybe perhaps the currency? If it was blue, it would be much nice. Anyway, I'm sorry for not answering your question, but I do not know who Glimbo is. I would say that I have not steal Glimbo's gold. Thank you for the question. How many blue people helped plot 9/11 tragedy? From Fat Ogre Bouncer Man. Well, this is a very serious topic. And well, I am not aware of how many blue people helped plot the national tragedy that happened on September 11th, 2001. Well, it was a tragedy to say the least. And I am not sure about the answer to that question, but all I can say right now is that I was not personally involved in the attacks on September 11th. Thank you for your question. Yakuv Itzraim asks, thank you for your question. What is n divisible by? Sincerely, Glumpo. JC. Well, this is a confusing question because, well, you can't divide a letter. Also, is your name JC or is it Glumpo? This is very confusing to me. Well, I suppose that is all that I can answer to that question. Thank you so much for your question. Do you prefer your beef mashed or blended? Big Boris. Thank you for the question. To answer, I prefer my beef blue. Next question. Yuka aka Litsowene Teka Bakang Sasente from Noob. I have no idea what I just said, and I do sincerely hope that you have not made me say something incredibly insensitive. Well, that is all that I can answer for now. There is a small man named Lucas following me. What should I do? From Sliced Guy. Well, this is very alarming, and also maybe it is distressing. If there is a man named Lucas following you, well, I think the number one question, well, is to find out what does he want from you. So I would simply to ask, excuse me, Lucas, why are you following me? If you answer that it is for a bad reason, then you will call the police or maybe even run away. But maybe he just wants to give you something nice like a flower. I hope that answered your question. Well, this is a whole lot of nonsense, but I do see that the question seems to be formulated where the space in which the user asking the question would be. So, naturally, I'm going to flip both of those around, and I'm going to ask the question that is in the wrong place right now. Okay, here we go. What would you do if you had 24 hours? From Grolix McLaren. Well, Grolix McLaren, If I had 24 hours with you, I would do all nature, well, I would say all nature of ungodly things and terrible things to you. You better be on your toes, because if 24 hours begins, by the time it is elapsed, you will be gone. Our next question comes from Spineless Bastard and reads as follows. Hello, bro. Well, that is not a question, but it brings a lot of love to my heart because, well, you're just saying hi, and, well, that is very nice. I also very much like the addition of the little heart. Thank you for your question, despite the fact that it was not a question. Next. Mr. Blue, they just hit the second tower. Thoughts? From Gigawatt. I am not aware of what you're speaking about. There was a first tower for them to hit? If you are referencing this terrible tragedy that occurred on September 11th, well, I think that they hit that tower quite a long time ago, in 2001 maybe. As well as, well, that is not a very surprising information to me because I already know about the tragedy that has happened. Well, I hope that I answered your question, but yeah. Alright, here's the next question. The next question is from Macro Rhythm, and it reads, Mr. Blue, let me go, please. Well, that is an interesting question to ask. I am not exactly sure what you are talking about, Macro Rhythm. You are perfectly in my employ, and everything that is happening is legal. There is no need for you to send messages like this. You are under my employ, and you will do as I say. Is that clear?
Yes.
Now give the camera a smile, please. Now can you give the camera a thumbs up, perhaps? A little higher for the camera, please. Look how happy my employee is. Do you regret sending that message?
Yes.
Yes, you do. All right. Well, if you will please cue up the next message, I will be ready to read it. My poop glows ominously in the dark. Is that okay? From Subway Jared, 1977. Well, that is an interesting question that you are asking me today. I have never seen a poop glow in the dark. Is it possible that you have eaten a glow stick before this? I think so. Well, I hope that answers your question. From RNGenius0. It appears there are two questions. From RNGenius01. Has you really been far, Evan, as decided to use even go want to look more like? And also, how do I rotate text? Well, I suppose the text rotation question, well, that is a question depending on what software you are using for your text, but I would say if you are trying to rotate text, usually a transform function will help that as well. As for the first question, if I has really been far, even has decided to use even go want to look more like, I would say that perhaps, maybe. Well, I suppose that is all I can answer at this time. This question is from Woodlands_. Do you think that rights are given to you by nature, or maybe society? Or do you think it is constructed by man? Or perhaps the color blue? Well, it seems like you already have the answer to that question. I believe that the color blue is the true order for all things. Blue, well, it's kind of my thing as well, so I might be a little bit biased towards it and whatever, but I really do like the color blue. So that is my answer to the question. Thank you for your question. Mr. Blue, what do I do about the red people knocking at my door? They look like this. And then it is a pictograph, or perhaps some sort of Egyptian hieroglyph. Well, Hobo Dealer 1, do not open the door. They will kill you. Our next question comes from Spineless Bastard. Dinner with Jay-Z or $5 trillion? Well, this is a good question. If Jay-Z was blue, perhaps I would have dinner with Jay-Z, but $5 trillion is a lot of money that I can make people blue with. Perhaps. I have a question for you. Would you go blue? For how much money would you turn blue to? Please let me know. I have plans. From Willie Pet. The back of my eyes itch. Should I rip them out so I can soothe the itching? It is possible that will help the itching. It is also possible that may blind you. Well, I probably would not do that if it was me. But that is because I do not have eye itch problems such as you currently are having now. So I very much hope that has answered your question, and we're going to go to the next one. HO 421321432523443221 SD FSDFS DVX CVX CV XVVS FWEF AD FAS DDAAS UAHF. My wife left me. 9UHGRE 98 GRE 98 AD FOOF JFD 092 U21309 ERU 1230 IRU 1320 IRG HQ IWPJD OAI SHD 23123123123123213. This is not a question, but the ramblings of a man who has gone insane. Rolling chair, you must get help now. The blue may save you yet, but only time will tell. Our next question. What is your favorite food? And what should my favorite food be? From Chicken Wing Charlie. Well, Chicken Wing Charlie, well, it seems like you maybe have already answered that question for yourself as well, because your name is Chicken Wing Charlie. Perhaps that is a subconscious decision to make your favorite food a chicken wing. I hope that has answered your question sufficiently. Mr. Blue, you say you are Mr. Blue, but your hand is partly white. Care to answer? I do not know what you were referring to. If you are trying to start conspiracy theories, then I would suggest you stop. It is not constructive, and it leads to detrimental behavior. Please, take that back. Our next question. The question is, He is Getting Closer by Sliced Guy. Boonhorf from Texas says, I hate your guts so much, it makes my face red. So what should I do? Well, I would suggest that you start making it make your face blue as well, because, well, I think then it'll be all okay. Thank you for the question. Our next question. Will you listen to my album? From Grolix McLaren. And there is a beautiful graphic of the album. Well, this looks like quite the album, and I will be sure to give it a listen. If you could send a physical copy to my P.O. box, I would be ever so grateful. Who knows? It might just be the album. The next question as well now. I started watching your Blue streams last year, and I thought they were really good. But you stopped being funny. Why did you change? Sexy Wizard, apologies, Sex Wizard from Russia. Well, I am very sorry that you are no longer satisfied with the quality of my stream and also the entertainment value that I bring to the table as well. Well, I would have to say that I will have to say that I am very sorry about that. And I hope that I can changing the way that you are perceiving me. But I suppose if you don't like it, then I am sorry, but I have plenty of fans that are really enjoying my content. So thank you very much for the question. Goofy Guy asks, do you ever get tired of being blue? No. Blue is my favorite color, and well, being blue is kind of my thing, and I very much enjoy doing it and being blue all of the time, 24/7 in the day as well. So, thank you very much, and perhaps I hope that you have a great day. When's peanut butter jelly time? From BP_way. Well, that time could be just about any time that you have a peanut butter and a jelly. I guess it is up to you in the end. We all have personal freedom that we can do whatever we want when we want it. So I would say that right now for me, peanut butter jelly time is going to be later after the stream is ending, when I will cover myself in blue peanut butter and jelly, blueberry jelly of course. Okay, the next question is from this person. The question reads, well, quite frankly, I do not know what it reads, but it is from Seven. Thank you, Seven, for the question, and apologies for not being able to answer. Before we go to the next question, I would like to ask everyone, if you would like your messages to have a higher priority in the chain of messages, you can indeed donate more money. However, this is entirely up to you. I would like to refer to, yeah, so that is pretty much it. All right. This is the next question. I went bingo night with my wife, and she twerked all over the bingo man. Should I run her over? Well, this is quite sad. I am always very disfortunate to hear about things like this, because that is a case of, well, it is a wife that is being unfaithful. Quite frankly, I believe that her behavior is undignified and unbecoming of a woman. However, I also believe in personal freedoms and the color blue. Well, I'm sorry I couldn't answer your question, but I hope that everything goes well between you and your wife, or perhaps not. Whether you should run her over as well, that is a question that, well, that is a murder, so I would not be doing that at all, because that is illegal. Our next question. From Acid. Dear Mr. Blue, what is your stance on salmon sandwiches? XOXO, which, by the way, means kiss, hug, for those of you who are not aware. Well, I think they're quite delicious, though it has been quite a long time since I have had one. Do you are eating the sandwiches, are they raw salmon, or do you cook it maybe? Mike Hawk asks, why are you blue? Well, quite frankly, I am surprised that this is the first time that someone has asked me the question in the stream. Well, the answer is quite simple. I'm Mr. Blue. And well, Mr. Blue, for being Mr. Blue as well, it is very important that I am the color blue. And well, for a very long time now, since well, approximately 1967, I have been a very blue guy. And well, I am it is kind of my thing to be blue, and I very much enjoy it. Being blue has been one of the funnest time of my life, and it is also because I am a blue guy as well. Thank you for the question. Well, that is quite a personal question, and if you do not mind, I think I'm going to skip it, on account, well, of that it is a little bit personal question to ask of me as well. I am sorry, and I am sure that you are going to Google, I would say Google blue nipple, perhaps, and you will find what it looked like. Anyway, the next question. I am being censored on Twitter for my right-wing opinions. Mr. Blue Man, what do I do? From Bart Simpson 12. Well, Bart Simpson 12, shouldn't you be in Springfield Elementary School as well? Because that is not a place for a child to be on Twitter. As for your right-wing opinions, well, I suppose everyone has a right to their own opinions, and I do not mind. However, censorship is never okay. And when I was doing my work as a blue guy back in the time that I was a blue man working on my show, well, all of the networks were trying to censor me for the blue stuff that I was doing. And well, I fought through to the end, and now I have my own live stream, and I am answering a question Q&A from all of you guys. Alright, well, I suppose it is time for the next question. And the next question is, I apologize for my misspeak. What resides on the other side of the mortal veil? From Darla. Well, I have always maintained that the other side of the mortal veil, well, is probably something that is the color blue, I think. As well as, well, maybe it is something that is like a blue force or energy that is the color blue. All things in life, I believe, are interconnected by the color blue, and that is a color that I really like. So, alright, thank you for the question. Were any blue people you know on Epstein's Island? From Fat Ogre, Bouncer Man. Well, I do not quite know who this guy Epstein is, but I am under the impression that you are saying this in a negative connotation. Perhaps this guy is not so great? Well, I'm not aware of any blue people by the name of Epstein, but if there were people there, well, I guess I do not know about it. All I can say right now is that, well, personally, I was not there because I do not know who that is. Is it possible that you are referencing the New York financier, Jeff Epstein? If he has an island and I do not know about it, well, I've never been there one time, ever. So, well, thank you for the question. Mr. Blue, do you export illegal weapons from foreign countries? From Spacetronaut. This is illegal, and I would never do such a thing. I would only import legal weapons. For what purpose do you think I am exporting or importing perhaps illegal weapons into my country? Why is you thinking that? Well, I suppose that you cannot answer me at this time. Well, I am not doing that, exporting right now the illegal weapons. I am sorry that my question might be a letdown for you, but, well, I am all about blue and peace, but mostly the color blue. Well, it is time for the next question. Are you aware of elder gods, and if so, are you friends with any? From Adult Glimb. Well, I am friends with a lot of people, and I do not know any of them by that name. But I'm sure that I will be a great friend with them if I meet them in my life as well. So thank you for the question. Our next question is by Fritz the Cat. Have you ever seen the TV show Fritz the Cat? This is my favorite TV show. Well, except for my own. I will be vain. Well, Fritz the Cat is a great TV show because it is featuring one of my favorite friend of all time, Fritz the Cat. And I recommend this show to anyone who is wanting to see a good time and a good show as well. Alright, the next question. This question is from longtime viewer Joshua Howard Hemphill, and it reads as follows: I freaking hate my mom. Well, I want to start things off really quickly by saying, well, I do not very much appreciate the profanity. I understand that you might have strong emotion or feeling toward this person, but that is not something that I will tolerate. If it is extremely necessary to saying a word that is bad, you may do it. However, I do not think in this case it was a necessary thing. As for your problem, I will impart my wisdom upon you now as well. I think that it is important that you love your family member unconditionally, unless, well, perhaps your mom has done a terrible thing to you? I sure hope not if that is the case. Anyway, time for the next question. Dear Mr. Blue, is there a riddle? No, apologies. There is a riddle, the answer of which has eluded me for quite some time. Why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food of... Why do they call it oven when you... Why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food of out... The next question. Subway Jared 1977 asks, I lost my favorite toy last week and I can't find it. I already looked under my bed. Question mark? Well, perhaps you should look somewhere else. It is possible that your favorite toy is not under your bed and maybe under your dresser, or even perhaps it is not even in your room. I hope that you look other places and find your toy as well. Thank you so much for the question, and I hope that my answer was sufficient. Our next question. Oop. What color is your pee? Sent by Grolix. Well, it looks like a very fine, handsome gentleman of the look of maybe that is a Grolix McLaren, I think. Well, the color of my pee, as you can maybe tell, well, it is blue. Well, and that is because I am a blue guy as well. The next question that we have on the list, well, it is a question that is a good question that we have. Oh, look, our fine gentleman has gotten bigger. This question seems to be written in another language, but I will try to translate. Why the fuck, us baby stupid shit, like, you're getting big, aren't you? As if the wee lad's gonna be like, hey Moira, you're spot on, I'm on the... Thank you, Orange Genius, for the question. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, I do not know what that means. The next question. Oops, it looks as though something may have broken. It is okay, I will fix this momentarily. There we go. Apologies. Our next question is as follows. Sent to us by Joshua Howard Hemphill. Thank you, Mr. Blue. Me and my mom are now stronger than ever. If you know what I mean. Joshua Howard Hemphill, I am glad I could solve things, but I do not know what you mean. Thank you for your answer to my question. What a strange twist. I hope that your day is great. Here's the next question. I watched my best friend die in 2011 and I can't stop thinking about him. Thank you, Ralph from 10 Izzy, for the question. Ralph, I understand well where you're coming from. I lost my best blue friend very recently as well, to the blue illness. Well, I suppose that we have more in common than I maybe am thinking. Well, the way that I deal with it is, well, I think about things that make me happy. For example, the color blue. Thank you very much for your question. There are too many flies in my room and it stinks. So tell me what I should do. By Blue Lover. Well, first of all, let me say that I really like that your name is that. Well, because I really like the color blue. Well, I have to say, maybe if you're taking out a little bit of the trash from your room and all of the garbage, perhaps all of the piss bottles and maybe the poop sock, well, that will get rid of your problem. But that is only a suggestion, and I do not want to tell you what to do with your life like the government does. Ghost in Doomerville asks, where do you keep your supply of ICBMs? For those of you who are not aware, an ICBM stands for an Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. I do not own any of those, but if I did, I would probably keep them in my basement. My basement, by the way, has walls painted the color blue, as well as a blue carpet, and a blue ceiling. The furniture in my room is also blue. I'm Mr. Blue, and I love the color blue as well. So, now it is time for the next question, I think. You know, a girl's first time is very important. It determines the rest of her life sexually. I read that once in one of my sister's magazine by Pequod. Well, I do not know if I pronounced your name right, but also you should not be reading from your sister's magazine. Anyway, that is pretty much all I have to say on the matter, but I do agree that it is, for everyone, it is your first time, it is an important time. I assume that you were talking about the first time that you were blue. Anyway, I hope that has answered your question. Will I be epic and famous the one day? From Legit Canon. Well, I do not think that you are legitimately a canon in real life because they cannot type message like this, or make money or have a job. But I hope that one day you will be soon epic and famous as well, I think that. Good luck on your quest, my friend, and I hope you have a good time. Okay, goodbye. The next question. It appears as though this might be a cat that is, well, perhaps he is laughing or crying, or perhaps doing both. Well, it is not necessarily, well, exactly a question, but I do appreciate it quite a lot. It is kind of like what my mood is feeling like right now, to be honest. I am quite chipper and I am quite happy about this, and well, I think that you have made my day. Well, thank you, Hillary Clinton, for that message. Alright, now we are going to the next message. Dear Mr. Blue, do you have carcasses of newborn children in your cellar? This message was sent to us by Spacetronaut. Well, that is a question that you should stop and cease your investigations into, because, well, what you might find will be disappointing. Our next question. Well, it appears as though maybe the message and the user have been confused, but, well, we'll just ignore that. Well, this question reads, when I touch my nipple, it burns. What do I do? Well, this noob is a very good question, and I have a good answer. Stop touching your nipple as well. Next question. Senor Azul, por favor, mi answer. Cuando will you come to Brazil? Well, I don't know what half of that means, but I'm assuming that it means that you're wanting me to come to Brazil. Well, actually, it might surprise you to know that I am actually there right now. Well, I am streaming from Sao Paulo. This is where my office is, in Sao Paulo. Well, I am in Brazil right now. So I hope that that was a sufficient answer, but also that helped you as well. All right, it is time for our next question. That is unfortunate to hear. I'm sad to hear that. Well, next question, I suppose. Azarus asks, are you Papa Smurf's nephew? I'm being told by my producer that that is racist. And you know what? I will agree. Just because I am the color blue does not mean that you can tell me that I am a Smurf. Papa Smurf nephew at that. The Smurf people are great people, and they're very nice to me also, but I will never try to claim that I am one of them. Because, well, that is not appropriate question to ask. Anyway, I would ask you that you refrain from using a blue racism against people that are blue. Thank you very much. All right, our next question. This has put me in somewhat of a sour mood, so I am hoping that this will be a good question. I just got back from the doctor, and he told me I have heartworms, and I need to take these meds. I really don't want to, though. This message was sent by someone named, how do I get my friends to stop calling me a furry? Well, I believe that you should take the medicine, because if you have heartworms, well then, that won't get rid of the heartworms from your heart. And as for the other thing that you were saying about the furry stuff, no one will believe you. I think that you are a furry probably as well. Well, that is not a bad thing necessarily. Well, I hope that answered your question. Thank you, God made Oreos, but that is not a question. It simply, for those who did not read, says, no way. No way what, God made Oreos? No way what? All right. Well, I suppose because I cannot answer that question, I will go to the next question. Hello, Blue Man. Long-time watcher here. My wife and I watch your streams every day on her iPad pressed against her belly. What is your best relationship advice for a 16-year-old father? Thank you, Slamzy, for the question. Well, I remember the days while I was watching on my iPad and I was on my wife's belly as well. That was a great time. My greatest advice for you would be to always be a nice guy and be maybe also blue if you want to be blue as well. Well, that is very sad, actually, a memory for me that is very sad because, well, my wife passed away very recently from blue disease. Blue disease is a very serious condition and it is very important to take the proper step as well to prevent anything bad happening from the blue disease. Well, thank you for your question. This appears to be a link that has failed to embed. Well, that's very embarrassing of you not to have that link properly embed. Well, I suppose I could open it maybe on a browser and look, but that would take so much time. Well, I suppose that is what I have a producer for. I guess it is time to see what is going to be that we are going to see with the link. Well, he is pressing on the button now. Well, that is an interesting picture. I'm not sure if you can all see the picture, but that is the picture that has been sent to me. Well, I find that kind of funny, but except for the profanity also in the middle. Well, I wonder if this is in a place, maybe China? Well, the translation seems to be quite bad. Okay. Well, that is very interesting. I think we are going to go to the next question now. Everybody, strap in. I think that this is going to be a good question because, well, I have a good hope about it. Time to see. Towel asks, do it squirt, or are you a member of the cream team? Well, I assume that you were talking about the hand sanitizer that are different hand sanitizer used to get your hand clean. Well, as much as I like the squirt bottle, a nice hand cream can be very soothing and good. Well, that is my answer. The next question. Sorry, I had a thing in my throat, I think. The next question is from Dr. Sess. Is the blue disease contagious? What exactly are its ailments, and does it have any sort of cure or means of stalling its development? Well, unfortunately, I have to talk about this subject again. Well, it is an important subject to talk about. Let me take a minute right now to explain to you what is going on with the blue disease, the blue virus as some people call it as well. Well, I would say that, well, it is a very bad disease and it is almost always ending in death if not you are taking the proper precautions. Well, one of the precautions is the anti-blue disease pill that you can get from online stores, and it will help you prevent the blue disease. But many people do not know this and cannot afford it because, well, Big Pharma is really effing up the blue disease community. Well, it is very bad that that is happening, but I hope that sometime soon, well, that maybe developments will occur and the blue, that will not be an issue anymore. Well, that is time for the next question. Finger Butthole asks, whenever I go hunting with my dad, well, I really like to play with the dead quails and I feel bad about it. Well, so long as you were having fun, I do not see the harm in anything that you were doing like that kind of stuff. So I would say if you are cool with it and okay with it, and if your dad is also fine with the thing that you were doing with the dead quails, well, I suppose that there is no harm. Anyway, next question. Sun gone, cave far, me scared. How make fire? This question comes to us from Gurk the Caveman. Well, what you want to do is you want to get a stick maybe, or perhaps a flint and steel from Minecraft, but also that is a thing that is in real life. So, but you can take a stick and rub it on another stick and it will cause a friction that will maybe make a fire. So long as you have a kindling and a tinder and then a bunch of dry log maybe to make that happen. Alright, well I hope that answered your question, Gurk the Caveman, and I hope that you get to your cave safely. Alright, this is going to be our last question before we take a short break, but it comes to us by Happy Feet the Movie 13. The question reads as follows. Well, do penguins have kneecaps? This is an interesting question, well, because I have never seen a penguin bend a knee. I do not think that they do, but it is possible that perhaps the evolution of a penguin has made it so that there is no longer a need for a kneecap. Well, everybody, this has been very, very fun, but, well, me and my producer are going to take a little bit of a break. Well, we will be back in 5 to 10 minutes, and we will be ready to answer your question. Well, there has been a lot of questions recently, and we might have to close off questions, so if you have a question you would like to ask, well, I would put it in now, maybe. Well, I guess we'll see. If I miss any questions, I will read them some other time, probably. I would anyway. So, we're going to just take a short break, and we will be right back. Alright? Okay, everyone. I will see you soon. No. Hello everyone, it is me, Mr. Blue. I'm sorry for that brief pause, and I'd like to address some of the rumor that I've been starting in some of the chats. Well, there is a Twitch chat and a YouTube chat, by the way. Well, if you are wanting to come to the Twitch chat, it is, well, a lot of cooler people there, so hit the link in the description and you can join that. Well, there has been quite a few rumor about, well, if I am dying. And, well, I am still alive, very well alive, and blue. So I hope that has dispelled the rumor. Now, I must say something. There have been a lot of questions, and we're going to have to change the donation, well, to $5 or 500 bit. I hope that this is okay with everyone. But there's a lot of questions, and if I want to get to all of them, well, we're going to have to do this. I am very sorry, but I hope that this is okay with you and that I can satisfy your answer. Well, it is time to get to all the questions. Alright, we're going to go through them fairly fast because there are a lot of questions, but fret not. Well, because we are going to be still doing this for quite some time. Alright, it is time to seeing our next question. Mr. Blue, have you had any run-ins with the Goblin Gang recently? From Sleep Paralysis Gremlin. Thank you for the $50 donation. Damn is right. Well, this is a question that I am very okay with answering to you. So, the Goblin Gang is, for, well, many of you may not be aware, is a very, very notorious gang of, well, it is a goblin and a man, and perhaps other individuals. One time I was walking in the forest, and, well, let's just say that if you are blue and you're walking around somewhere, well, you were standing out like a sore blue thumb. Well, I got robbed by the Goblin Gang, and they knocked me out and they take all of my blue money. Yes, I paint all of my money blue, well, because being blue is kind of my thing. Well, I think a lot of things about the Goblin Gang, and I think that they are a very mischievous and kind of an evil gang of people, and I would not want to have any contact with them in the future. Well, I hope that none of you have had any encounter with the Goblin Gang, because they're quite notorious and not good people to be around with. So, anyway, that is what I have to say about this. Well, it is time for our next question. Thank you, Grant, for the question. I'm not sure what this means, but I hope that can answer your question. Next question. Holly from New York says, 3 more days until I'm euthanized. I'm really excited. By the way, it's not like execution or something. Don't worry, it's just assisted suicide because I'm really sick. Well, I'm sorry it had to come to that, but I am also very happy that you are finally getting the rest, well, that you deserve. And, well, that the pain and suffering that you are currently feeling is not going to be anymore. I am sad that you could not come to any other conclusion, like perhaps if you turned yourself blue, it would be okay. Well, thank you for the question. Crazy Dan asks, what is your favorite season? Well, unfortunately, there is no season that is blue, but I will say that maybe whatever season has when you can see the most sky. Well, because the sky is blue, and that is my favorite color. So, probably the summer. The next question is from Windows Steve. What is your favorite Windows operating system? I am a big fan of Windows as well, Windows Steve. It is a great operating system, and also, well, the color of it is blue, and that is quite cool. Pencil Pete asks, I am addicted to nicotine, how do I stop? Well, this is not a good thing to hear. Nicotine addiction is a bad thing, but also, well, I understand. Well, I suppose that it is getting a good support group and help, and maybe just stop doing it. Alright, the next question. The blue one returns to us, or perhaps it is another blue one assuming its place. By Sleep Paralysis Gremlin. Another 50. Well, my oh my, how much do I appreciate that. That is such a nice gesture from you. Thank you, the Sleep Paralysis Demon, Gremlin, and everyone in chat. Well, you guys all say thank you to this guy because, well, he is funding the stream right now, and I really appreciate it. Well, I am, in fact, the real Mr. Blue. And, well, you can check this because, well, I am a blue guy. And, well, not a lot of other people are blue that could be like me because I have a very special personality that people, well, I think they know that it is me that is talking right now. Well, anyway, I hope that has answered your question. I am, in fact, the original Mr. Blue. Our next question. Hey, it's me. I kinda like you. Will you fuck me, baby? Will you fuck me, baby? Will you fuck me, baby? This question was sent by Belzach. Well, I do not know who you are, but if you are a very attractive person, maybe you are blue, I think that I would do that kind of thing. But I am very glad that that you kind of like me as well. Our next question. Type in your donation message here by Donino. Well, it looks like somebody has got the prompt wrong. It looks like maybe you messed up a little bit, but that is okay. I will get, that is okay. So the next question. A message gracefully sent to us by the number 9. Well, to you as well. Mr. 9, thank you very much for the question. All right, it is time for us to go to the next question, I think. It looks as though the font has changed. How strange. L underscore question mark, L underscore question mark, L underscore question mark, L underscore question mark. This question has been brought to us by L underscore question mark. Well, that is a strange question. Well, I do not know what quite to say about that. Well, I hope that was enough wisdom for you. Anyway, I think I am going to see the next question. How strange. It looks as though the font has also changed again. Is this a strange glitch? Well, who knows. What are your thoughts on rats by Aether Rat? Well, I love rats. I think they are a smart little creature that is crawling around, and, well, if they were blue, they would be maybe the perfect animal. Well, here's the next question. Hop on Fortnite, little bro. Just got beater from Familia Guy and am ambling a team by Boopity-Doo 2. And this is also including a Mario GIF and also a fist bump by the looks of it. Well, I will maybe hop on Fortnite sometime later if you still want to play. I'm very glad that you got the Peter Griffin on Fortnite. That is very awesome. Good job. Well, I think it's time for the next question. Ghost of Doomerville asks, when you kiss someone on the cheek, do you leave a mark? Well, I hope that I'd leave a mark emotionally on the person that I am kissing, but unfortunately I do not leaving a blue mark on them, because that is not how that is working. But, well, thank you for the question. Hello, Mr. Blue, long-time viewer, first-time question asker. Just wanted to ask what your thought on the color yellow are. This question is asked to us by White Boy Unit number 881492. I don't want to be that guy, but let's just say that, well, there is a color that is the best color, and that one is blue. My thought on people that are yellow, well, that's kind of a weird question. What does that even mean? Well, I'm actually not quite sure what is going on right now. Well, anyway, I hope that everybody is getting a satisfying answer from me. Well, the color yellow is okay, but obviously I prefer the color blue. That is my answer. There's a creature on the screen. Well, how did he get there? What a fun little fellow. I am sad to see him go. Willie Pet asked, I did it. I ripped out my eyes. I stopped the itching. What do I do now? Well, by the look of it, you have successfully wrote a message to me without your eye. Well, so I would say that everything is all good because, well, it looks like you are still functioning proper. I'm going to itch my shoulder now as it is itchy. The itching has subsided. Our next question. People keep telling me I smell really bad and I don't know how to fix it. This question was sent to us by I have to pee really, really bad. Well, perhaps you are needing to wear a perfume or maybe take a shower. I hope this could help. Our next question. Dear Mr. Blue, my neighbor looks like this. Please help. This message was sent by theporndude.com. Well, theporndude.com, I've heard of your website and well, maybe I have used it. Well, I will have to say that, well, that is a strange shape for your neighbor to look like. And I cannot help you, but if he is a nice guy, then I guess it is low-key chill. Alright, this is our next question. Well, it seemed like the same question as earlier, but I guess I'll have the same answer as earlier. You need to just maybe taking a shower, possibly. And I think that, well, that will solving your problem. Alright, this is the next question. Fuck it, Peach. Peach fucker 911. Well, it seemed like you guys didn't heed my warning about saying the swear words on my thing. So, I will say it again. I really do not like it when you do that. As for the color peach, well, that is, I guess, chill, but I obviously prefer the color blue. Looks like everything is now peach color now. Which, well, I guess it means that the swear is no longer there, so low-key it is kind of fine, I guess. The next question, Mr. Blue. The fog is coming, the fog is coming, the fog is coming. The fog is coming, the fog is coming, the fog is coming. The fog is coming, 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 the fog is coming. The fog is coming, and so on and so forth, actually. It keeps kind of going like this. Well, Benjamin Barkin, the fog is not going to hurt you unless, well, maybe it is a fog that is made of poison. And in that case, I would probably seek shelter now. Well, here's the next question. I opened the door and the red people are hacking my limbs. I'm screaming, this is me screaming. Hobo dealer? Well, what is going on? That sounds pretty bad. I told you that, well, I thought the red people, well, I told you not to have your door locked, but did they get in, I guess? Well, that really sucks to hear. Well, I hope that you are doing okay now, though. Anyway, this is the next question. Sir Blue, es ist over für mich? Well, spineless bastard, I can tell that is a German language, and you have included a link as well to go along with it. I'm going to let my producer put the link up on the screen, and well, maybe we will see what is going on here. In the meantime, well, what are we thinking about the people of Germany in the chat? It is, well, I would probably say that it is over for you. That is not looking very good, spineless bastard. I hope that you get maybe going to Turkey and getting a hair implant. Well, time for the next question. What is Mr. Blue's take on the civil war occurring amongst the yellow peoples? By HTT. Well, I certainly hope that this was not racist, because, well, that could mean something else that, well, I do not entirely support. Well, I would say that it is a tragedy whenever there is a war that is happening as well, in places as well also. So I am saying that this is not a good thing, and that, well, why cannot everyone get along? Next question. When will my parents not argue anymore? By Joe Stingray. I am very sad to hear that your parents are doing and arguing with each other. Well, I hope that maybe if they are getting a mediator, or perhaps someone like, well, perhaps they're getting a marriage counselor, and that will perhaps help them with their issues currently. Well, I'm very sad to hear this, and I hope that they are getting better soon. Well, here's the next question. You're so hot. What is your daily routine? I love. By Abel and Hobbs. Well, this is a question that is touching my heart and also, well, maybe another place on my body. Well, this is a question that, well, I like it a lot. My daily routine is really simple. Well, I am waking up out of bed and I am looking at a mirror and I say that I am very blue. Well, that is a cool thing. Well, after that, what I like to do is, well, I take a shower. And that way I am all nice and clean, and then maybe I will eat something that is like the color blue, like perhaps maybe a blue pasta. Alright, the next question. The next question. Thoughts on red people by Mad. Well, I really certainly hope that this is not a question that is, well, going to incite a racism. Well, a little bit of a couple of questions ago, somebody actually was torn limb from limb by a bunch of people that were, well, according to him, they were red. Well, I do not think that this is indicative of every single red person, but I think that, well, I do not know about this question. Well, I think that they are okay. The next question. Ethan asks, Squirt? Well, that is a question that I do not really know. I suppose Squirt is a good name for a fish, or maybe it is the name of the turtle in Nemo, Finding Nemo the movie. Alright, this is the next question. Hello, Mr. Blue. Can I please have a hug? By Emmy Mills. Well, I would do my best to hugging you, but unfortunately well, I am on your computer screen, and well, you are on the other side of, like, the planet maybe. But I can give you, like, maybe like this. This is a hug from Mr. Blue. How does that feel? Do you like that? Do you fucking like that? Yeah. Alright. Well, thank you for the question, and it is very nice to hear from you. Alright, this is the next question. Mr. Blue, have you ever played Team Fortress 2? If you haven't, you get to play as a blue team fighting a red team. The game is almost as good as blue. Well, something developer, that sounds like a really fun game. Mostly because of the color blue and the fact that you can play as a guy that is blue maybe. Well, maybe someday I will try it, and maybe, well, it'll be on a live stream. I suppose that you guys will have to stay and keep watching that to find out. Well, speaking of watching to find out, you guy, I don't know if you know this, but, well, if you're knowing this, well, I'm going to tell you something now. Well, I am streaming a lot Mr. Blue stream on twitch.tv/ well, it is called twitch.tv/LucaBigPants. I do not know what that means, but if you go to the link that is saying right here, well, and you follow that, perhaps even giving a subscribe to helping out, well, I would be really thankful of that. So anyway, I really hope that that is a helpful answer to your question. Well, we're going to go to the next question now, I think. RN Genius say, help, 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 I'm being torn across the fabric of space and time. 44905 904 IOPIOIPHFNSGKLN semicolon 4. Well, that is really unfortunate, but I suppose it would be, well, if you were going to crossing the fabric of space and time, well, maybe that is possibly a very, very important thing that can happen in the science. Well, if you make it out alive, perhaps you will tell all of your reporting of everything that you have been doing over there to science, and maybe that will help us understand, well, our understanding of the world. Alright, this is the next question. I freaking hate your mom too, Joshua Howard Hemphill. Well, Aru made lol HD, that is not a behavior that I am trying to condoning right now because, well, that is quite hateful in nature. I do not hate anybody's mom, and I think that you should probably change your behavior because, well, as far as you are concerned, maybe Joshua Howard Hempel's mother is really a sexy woman. So, have you think about that? I bet you didn't. Well, here's the next question. Well, it looks like there has been a redacted message, and assuming based on the image that says there, well, I think it may have been racist to do with the Smurf guy, and especially you, person who sent the message, name of Mexican with a rock. I say that you need to stop being racist toward people, because that is not a fun thing, and nobody really liked that. But I hope that this is a learning experience for you. More tithe to fuel the stream machine. Have you spotted any wandering swamp trolls, Mr. Blue? By Sleep Paralysis Demon. Oh my goodness, Sleep Paralysis Demon, you have donated $200 so far. My goodness gracious, you are single-handedly funding this entire operation, and I could not be I could not be so grateful as well. My goodness. Well, to answer your question, well, I have spotted a wandering swamp troll sometime when I'm in the swamp, but they are kind of a rare creature, and well, I haven't seen a lot of them. Well, they have been very friendly to me, and well, they're quite a fun little creature to see sometime. I'm wondering what everyone else's opinion is on this subject. Well, please say in the chat, please. Alright, this is the next question. Bren Bun, cheered 200. Help. There's a large blue man in the corner of my room. Every time I break eye contact, he gets closer. I'm scared, what do I do? He is getting closer because he wants to give you a hug. Do not be afraid of that as well. Alright. Would you rather have unlimited bacon, but no games, or unlimited games, but no games? By Portal VT. Well, this is a tricky question. On one hand, it is unlimited game, but no game, and on the other hand, well, it is unlimited bacon, but no game. Well, I'm not sure what I'm going to pick in this situation. Having an unlimited bacon is very nice, and it is good because I can eat a lot of bacon, but also then I am getting no game. And if I pick the latter option, well, I will get game. Unlimited game, but no game. Well, this is a tough question, but I will have to pick probably game, but no game. We are strong. This message is coming to us live from the honeybees. Well, I suppose if you're a honeybee, well then you are part of a hive, and that will make you strong as one group. That is a very cool, but also it is not a question, it is a statement. But I am glad that I can answer you. Mr. Knight 3356 asks, Half-Life 3. Well, as far as I am in knowledge of, well, that is a game that has not even come out yet. And I do not know if it is coming to come out, but it would be really cool if that did happen. Alright, so anyway, you guys, we're going to do the next question. A very interesting statement. Do you have any relation to famed gambling addict and professional car accident announcer, Mr. Green, by Al the Chemist? Well, being a person that it is in the position that I am, and having a certain amount of, well, I would say that you could call it famous, I have met Mr. Green absolutely. And well, I am not related directly to him, but I have shook his hand one time, and well, it was a very fun experience. That is a guy that is very nice on TV. Okay, this is the next question. I am a cardboard box says, what if your name was Thomas Benson Jones? In parentheses, glob. Well, I quite like the glob statement there, but I don't know what would happen if my name was Thomas Benson Jones. I perhaps would not be Mr. Blue anymore. Well, that is the answer. Al the Chemist says, my wife left me. Well, this is very sad, and I am afraid, well, I am actually quite sorry to hear that as well. Have you ever seen The Lorax by a person that I have never seen before named Pacifist Duck? Well, that is a good question. Is that a movie by The Lorax, the Dr. Seuss, I think? Well, I think I have seen it maybe one or twice. Mr. Blue. I want to watch Mr. Blue, but my bitch wife wants to watch Mr. Orange. What do I do? You know what to do. -- 489 4T 8H 4NG NO $, a little tiny hat that is quite nice. Close parentheses, open parentheses, AAH, A7AAH, oh god, where am I? Across Space and Time by RN Genius. Well, it appears that the saga continues with this little fellow because, well, he has been going through a lot of experience. First, he was torn apart by some red guys, and then he is through space and time? Well, this is a crazy time. Well, this is the next question. Please help. Why do they call it oven when you in the cold food of out hot eat the food by Johnny Intercontinental Ballistic Missile? Well, I've already answered this question before, but I will do it again. Well, I do not know the answer. Alright, this is the next question. Why Are You Blue by Red57. Well, to be quite frank and honest with you, I think that it is a wonder that this question has not happening before now. Well, somebody asked, why are my... what? Actually, I think the question already has happened, but I will answer again. Well, I am blue because that is kind of like my thing. My name is Mr. Blue, and I am kind of a blue guy as well, so I am glad that you are asking this question because it is very important. Well, that is it. Mr. Lube, Red People by Kingston Roller. I do not know what you mean, and I think I refuse to answer the question. Get Booty, You Try Me Like a Rapper Boy, It's Deeper Than Poetry by Growth and Development. Well, this is probably a lyric from something, I think, but I am not familiar with the source material. Well, I suppose that it is okay. Alright, this is the next. Low7 asks, I'm 30 years old and due to the current my economy, I have moved me, my GF, and my cat into my childhood home with my parents. How do I stop the urge of driving my car through the front door at 90 miles per hour? Well, if you cannot stop the urge of doing something like that, then perhaps it is possible that maybe you need to sell your car. Well, it'd be a shame if you did that. The next question. Friend of the show Woodlands asks, and so on and so forth. Well, I sure hope nothing bad is happening to you right now because, well, it certainly sounded like you were maybe falling from a building. Well, that would be very bad, but I hope that you are okay. Ravenous Cannibal asks, if you were baked into a pie, what would your flavor be? What seasonings would you go well with? What is your flesh's optimal cooking temperature? Well, this is a question that I have actually received quite a few times. I have been told by people that I would probably pair well with perhaps maybe like a sweet flavor, maybe like cream. Well, because I have been told that people from when they lick my skin that I taste like blueberry. Well, I suppose that is an answer to your question that is good enough. Mr. Red says, it appears Mr. Blue is a blockhead. Keep poop sock close, keep sky and friends warm. Make for very hospitable environment. Ah, red is such good color while blue is bad. Then the color of sad. Well, you know, I think that is one of the problem with today's society as well, because, well, the color blue is actually a color that is totally fun and actually can be quite happy. Well, because when it is sunny outside, what are you looking up? Well, it is the sky, and the sky is the color blue. So that is my answer. I do not know what is happening here, but it looked like look like somebody Dono said MPH and will go down in history. Why I do not know what is happening right now. What is going on with the chat? Are you guys insane? Thank you, Growth and Development, for this question. You know, I will say right now, I think this is a crazy talk from a lot of crazy people. And if anybody is being a little bad guy in the chat, well, you can tell them to stop that. Cut it out right now, because that is not a nice thing. All right, time for the next question. It reads, "What is blue balls like for the blue people?" By I Am Leviatar. Well, I would say that having blue ball is actually kind of like having a normal color ball. And it is actually just the fact that it is blue that is different. Well, okay, that is the next question. What do I do if blue men are angered and stand within my abode? I am afraid. I offered them blueberries, but it made them angrier. Please help me, please. By Gaming Femboy. Well, Gaming Femboy, I am sorry that is happening to you, but you offered them blueberry as well, and that is a racist gesture towards the blue people. Unless you are really close with them, then you can do that. But I understand that that is going to happen sometime, and nobody is perfect. Well, I would offer them to maybe get a handshake or maybe give them a hug, and they will be cool with that. So, this is the next question. I took what you said about the color blue and blue disease to heart. I'm sexually infecting everyone I can with blue disease. Thanks, man. By My Dad Walked Out. Well, it is no wonder that your dad walked out. You are a terrible person. That is not a good thing that you should be doing right now, so please stop it as well. Alright, the next question. I gifted sub and wanted to say you're cute. Well, Stagnant Bean, it is probably due to my blue appearance that you were thinking this, but, well, I am very flattered about this. Well, I hope that you can stick around on the stream in the future. Well, speaking of a streaming, you guy, did you know that if you click in the link right there, that you can actually get in the Twitch channel, and that is where all of the cool people are. So I'm just saying this information for you right now. Anyway, this is the next question. It reads as follows. Sleep the Fox says, "Does wanting to have intercourse with Lucario make me a white woman?" Yeah, probably. The next question. Hey Blue, I was wondering, just because, what if you were dating a green girl and have baby together, and then baby come out cyan? Is he a light skin then? From 81. Well, actually, if I'm gonna having a relationship and having a baby with a green woman, well, I'm pretty sure that my baby would come out a color like maybe indigo or perhaps even teal. That would be my baby, it would be a teal baby. I am pregnant. Who is the baby? Alright, this is the next question. Ree! By Mr. Porsche. Well, that is a fun question, but I am going to say the next question now. How old are you? By A Cat Face with a Smile. Well, I am just imagining a cat face with a smile, and it is making me really happy right now. Well, to answer your question, and I can answer honestly right now, to be honest, 100%, well, I am about as old as, well, a lot of the people that are, well, because of the similar age gap as well. So that is what is my answer. The next question is Mr. Blue. What is your opinion on the lobbying towards legalization of nuclear bombs by Shadow Wizard Money Gang? This question has been asked by Weevy. Well, I think if you are a responsible person and you can wield a bomb, then that is a totally fine thing. Just like the way that I believe that maybe having a gun is not a good thing, but if you can use it maybe and you can show that you are a good guy, maybe have a license or something, I don't know. Anyway, that is the question and that is the answer. Our next question is, why isn't your clothes blue? Idiot. Sorry. Well, I accept your apology, lady and kid ragman. Well, my clothes is not blue because, well, honestly, sometime, and I hate to saying it, but having a blue clothes is going to be too much blue. And I know. But right now my jean is blue, and, well, you know, I will stand up for you. That is a nice color of blue. Anyway, the next question that everybody want to ask is, well, it is as follows. It says, do you have information on the Clintons? By Empty Wind 396. Send me a direct message. Send me a direct message. I have a lot of documents involving the Clintons and several, well, I don't want to say bad thing as well, just send me a message and we can talk about Drain the Swamp. Alright, the next question is, Mr. Blue, how do you tickle your blue babies? And can you tickle me? If I was the camera, And if the camera was a blue baby? Research purpose. Thanks. Betty fucking White. Well, this is how I would do it. Gucci coochie coo. Gucci coochie coo. Oh, you're a little blue baby of mine. Gucci coochie coo. I hope that helps. The next question. Do you dream? Thank you, Joshua Howard Hemphill. Yes, I do dream, and well, it is to be expected, but my dream often revolve around the color blue. Thank you for the question. Looking for boy wife. Any tips, Blue Man? By Techie Trash. Well, I suppose if you were looking for a boy wife, maybe you could try a grinder. Well, I guess that is my advice. Next question. Hey, Mr. Blue. I'm starting a glue factory. Do you by chance have any horses I could borrow? By FBI Surveillance Van 2. Well, I do not have horses, but I wish you good luck with your glue factory. Alright. Oop, something has gone wrong. Okay, it is fixed. To being honest, what is your favorite blue, please? Well, that is a question that I will gladly answer. I am a big fan of all of the color blue as well. Because, well, they're, well, all a very good color. I think the whole range, well, between teal to perhaps like a purplish blue or a bluish purple is very good. I like all of it. So, thank you for the question. Where did he go? And we are back. The next question. Mr. Blue, hello from India. I am blessing the you with many the good times by Sigma Baljit. Well, thank you very much for that blessing of the good time. I'm going to take it I'm going to have a good. Well, there is a link and there's a picture of a guy that I do not know. And quite frankly, I do not know where this picture they got it from. Well, I suppose maybe we shall open the link and see. Well, while my producer is opening this link and going to check out what is going on, well, I suppose I can tell you a little story. Well, one time I am going to a concert, and well, people look at me and they say, well, you are blue. Well, this is an interesting fellow. I wonder who this fellow is. If anybody in the comment is knowing who this guy is, well, I would like to know as well. Anyway, if you can all telling me this, that would be great. Okay, the next question is coming up in a few minutes. Well, actually, more like a few seconds. Mr. Blue. Are you in the club, straight up jorking it? And by it, haha, I mean your peanuts. Well, Johnny ICBM, I do not quite know what a peanuts is, but, well, let's just say, when I'm at the club, I am jorking something. And it's the dance floor. Alright, this is the next question. Fever Dream Johnny says, Dear Mr. Blue, have you ever made love to the dark strangler who lives in the hearts of men? Does Mr. Blue go swimming with little blue women? By Sleep Paralysis Demon, who has donated $250 so far. Sleep Paralysis Demon, you are truly one of the greatest, and this is an applaud to you. My producer is also applauding. Well, sometimes I do go swimming with little blue women. Well, but that is not really any of your business. Well, but it is okay to ask. Well, let's just say that, well, I am living a nice life. And it's pretty cool. Well, Sleep Paralysis Demon, thank you again for all of the donation that you've sent me, because this is helping the stream very much as well. Well, I suppose it is time for the next question. Well, this seems to be quite the cryptic message by a hobo dealer. Well, it seems to say red, 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 and there are a lot of Egyptian hieroglyphs. Well, I don't know what this means exactly, but, well, it's kind of scaring me and freaking me out, so I'm going to skip to the next question as well. $10 says, I have information that will lead to the arrest of Mr. Blue. You'll never get me. God says, thank you. Well, coming from God, the big blue man himself, I've got to say I want to shake your hand. Well, thank you very much for the message, God. All right. Blank says, blank. Blank. Well, you guys, it has been very, very nice, and I'm going to keep getting messages, but I think it is time for me to maybe stretch myself a little bit. Oh, my goodness gracious. Did you hear that? That was my back cracking. Oh my fucking God. Lord have mercy, for I am a crackly blue boy. Alright. Well, now that that is done with, I suppose we can go to the next question. What doth life? By Haramy. Well, for me, I'll tell you what. Life doth blue. Okay, the next question. Hello, Lord Shiva. I have been looking for you ever since you not answered my prayer for good rainfall. Will crops good now, thanks, Master Shiva? By Hobo Dealer. Well, I hope that Shiva answers your prayer for good rainfall, and I hope that your crops do quite well as well also. So this is the next question. Moderation team says, thank you. We have reached the end of the questions. Is this true, moderation team? Are there no more questions left? Well, this is quite a crazy thing. My producer is giving me a sign. I don't know what it means though. Is it yes that there are no more questions? There are no more questions. My goodness gracious. We have gone through all of the questions so far, and there has not been a single other question that has been added. That is a crazy thing. Well, I suppose that we can let all the questions build up if you have a question for me. Well, this has been very fun, and I think that we will take a little bit of a time off maybe. Well, I think that is what we are going to do. Okay. Well, before we leave, we will take a little short break, maybe of 5 minutes, perhaps even of less time. But before we leave, there is one more question to answer. This says, will you fuck me, baby, by Grolix McLaren. Well, baby, if you pull up to my crib tonight, I have a surprise for you, and I won't leave you unsatisfied. Well, I hope that was satisfactory. I'm now going to disappear, and we will be back in about 5 minutes. I hope everyone had a fun time, but we will be back. So stay there and write up some messages. Thank you. everyone, it's me, Mr. Blue, back again to answer your questions. Well, I'm going to answer as many questions as I can, but as you can see, things are starting to slow down a little bit, and that might be for the better. We've almost answered 200 questions today. I want to thank all of you for being here. Now, let us maybe look at the next questions. All right. This is not a question, rather a racist statement. Blue power is, well, kind of a racist kind of thing to say, because, well, it is kind of like saying white power, and that is not a good thing at all. So think about what you're saying before you say it. But anyway, that is pretty much my opinion on that message. Well, thank you very much. I Am Goofball says, "Hey Mr. Blue, I'm playing Warhammer 3. Should I do Skaven or Empire?" Well, as much as it pains me to say this, I have not played Warhammer, or really any video game for that matter. I only play video games that are really blue kind of game, but I suppose it is a good question to ask. Perhaps you will play the team that is, well, the most blue perhaps. The most blue team would be my choice, but I do not know how the game works. Well, I hope that answered your question. Our next question is from Gurk the Caveman. "Help! Me make fire and fire hot. Fire hurt Gurk. How fix fire? Cave wife very angry." Well, that's the cave wife, I guess. Well, you know, maybe doing a nice gesture for the cave wife would be very nice, and I think that she would appreciate that as well. Well, did you know that, well, if you put your hand on fire, it is very hot? Gurk, this is something that you need to know. Well, if you're cooking on the fire, and if you were doing it for, well, if you were putting your hand on the hot food, that could hurt you. Someone else earlier has asked a similar question, but it was, I burn my hand, how do I, ouch, I burn my hand, how do I make it not hurt anymore as well? And I said, well, putting your hand in a cold water will help that. So, if you are having a burnt hand, Gurk, the caveman, well, maybe you can put your hand in a little bit of water and it is going to heal it. But for now, I am saying maybe stay a little farther from the fire because, well, the fire is a hot. All right, the next question. This question comes to us from Goop Poop Loop. "Mr. Blue, this Friday I have a circus I have to do where I have to jump through a flaming hoop, and I am scared. What do?" Well, I can understand the frustration and perhaps even the fear when it comes to a thing like this. Well, it is always a scary thing to do a new thing. But if you have a well-trained team of circus people, well, I'm sure that they are going to help you getting through this very good and well. Well, I hope that you have a good circus time and that you have a good turnout for your crowd as well. But I'm wondering, I have seen a lot of trick like this where it is a lion that is jumping through a hoop. Is it possible that you are a lion? As well as, well, is it possible that maybe you can do a roar? Well, because that is what a lion can do. Anyway, it is a fun thing to think about, but I think we have to go to the next question now. Well, the next question is, oh, well, that is a problem. We're actually going a little too far ahead in the question, but it is okay, because, well, now it is back. Okay. "I keep picking the scab off my hand, but every time I go to bed, it grows back. WTF?" by Piss Drinker. Well, that is what a scab will do sometime. If you are picking a scab, well, that is what the doctor tells you not to do as well, because, well, that is going to make the scab just coming back. So, I would tell you real quick, well, maybe to not do that anymore. Well, because that is not good for your hand and for your health. That being said, well, I have had quite a few blue scabs in my time, in my years, and, well, I will say this. It is an urge to pick a scab when you have a scab. For example, maybe on your arm, or maybe perhaps on your feet, or maybe even your face when you have a scab. It is like, I want to pick it. So, I get it. But at the same time, it is very good to have restraint and not pick your scab. Well, I hope that satisfied your question, and there was a good answer. "I scraped all the rust off my shower head and it grew back. Please, I hope this message makes it back to you." From you know who. Well, it looks like you are having rust again. That is probably because you didn't clean your shower head the way that I told you that you should, and that is okay. Well, here's what I'm going to say to you. If you are doing a really good job at cleaning out the rust and also using a little paint, maybe an anti-rust paint perhaps, or maybe even a WD-40, well, that is not going to happen. Clearly, you did a botched job. Well, it happens to the best of us, but all I can say is suggesting to you that maybe next time you do a little bit of care, you take a little bit more care of the process of getting the rust off of your shower head, and maybe the next shower that you have will be nice. There's this bastard rust farmer in my town, and I want him dead, but he's too slimy to get my hands on. This message was sent to us by Kunko from Alaska. Well, I sure hope this guy did something pretty bad to you for you to want him dead that bad. Well, I hope that you become fast friends and this situation doesn't deteriorate to something happening illegal, like maybe a murder, or perhaps even a physical fight. Well, that is a really unfortunate thing to hear about, and, well, as much as it is not a question that you have asked me, well, it is still something that I hate to see it and hear about. Well, I hope that you can be friends with him. Mr. Blue, my sword is currently in your mother currently YouTube chat. Now just what the heck do you guys think that you are saying as well to me right now? Because that is a word that I'm not going to take very lightly to, and my mother, I am sure, is totally A-okay right now. Totally fine. Well, I hope that this is not happening, because I really love my mom. Well, and she is also blue, by the way. So, well, what a strange thing that you were saying to me. You guys better pipe down. I am getting very sour with you. Well, alright, it is time for the next question. I love red and hate blue. I hate you so much. I hate you. By Gorgolov. Well, sorry for butchering your name, but I suppose that's what you get for saying such a hateful statement. That is racist. I am just going to say it like that right now. And I do not appreciate such kind of comments, but I suppose that, well, you may learn in due time and it will be okay. Well, here's the next question. Mr. Blue, I am scared, for I do not understand algebraic theorem. Could you help me? Could you help me with the question A minus B equals? I do not know. Could you help me? I am scared. John, well, the answer is quite simple, John, and it is quite simple because of the fact that, well, you can't do math with a letter. The only math that you are able to do is a math with a number, because letter you can't subtract A from Z. What the heck? So that is my answer to you, and I hope that you tell that teacher that is trying to teach you this that they are wrong. So, yeah. This is the next question. Oops, that is the wrong button. I am Goofball says, you got it, boss. I'm queuing up as synth right now. Thanks, broski. Shout out to Girk's wife. We hooked up last night. Oh. This is a crazy thing that you have said as a statement. Well, I hope that is not true, because, well, Girk is in the chat right now, and, well, that might upset him very much, I think, as well. So I hope that you guys can, well, make up and be over with it, and, well, maybe an opportunity can arise. Perhaps a caveman threesome? Well, I will hold my tongue for matters like that, but, well, you never know what is going on in the Ice Age, in the prehistory. Well, anyway, I am going to be doing the next question very soon, but first I want to say really quick, it has been really fun so far answering all the questions for you guys. And, well, if you want to, well, maybe having a really good time, click the link that is right there, and it is in the description on YouTube, and you can join the Twitch. Well, that is the place that is the best place for everyone. Well, time for the next question. I want to kill my roommate for giving me pink eye. Or rather, I want to kill my roommate for giving my pink eye. This question is brought to us by Rage Master of Hell. Well, I would much rather having a blue eye than a pink eye as well, but that, I suppose, is the way that his life is going. Well, perhaps if you got some blue dye, you could change that pink eye to a blue one. Well, as for you wanting to kill your roommate, well, I think that is unproductive. Because, well, don't think that it is their fault that they gave you pink eye, I hope at least. Well, I'm thinking about this now, and I'm thinking, well, maybe you shake hands and give each other a hug and get along. That is my statement. All right. Well, the next question is as follows. Love Master of Hell again says, I'm scared of my roommate. Well, This is pretty crazy. I wonder what the roommate has done to you for you to be afraid of this person. Curious. Well, I'm thinking that it's probably not that deep. Well, yeah. I hope that it is okay with you. Are you on the spectrum by the blue baller? Well, if you mean the spectrum of color, then yeah. Well, because I am blue, and that is on the color spectrum for sure. If you were to shine a light into a prism, well, I would appear in there somewhere as the color blue. So I am on the spectrum. Well, I hope that answered your question. I sent you a message about my mom, and you didn't read it. I'm pissed. Well, Mr. Blue Hater 99G, it appears that, well, maybe your message was sent wrong, perhaps? I have a very good team of moderators currently that are working, and I would like to thank them once more for what they are doing. And also, if you are someone that is in chat right now, please say thank you, moderator, for assembling this beautiful slideshow for us. Well, here's what I would say and tell you right now, is, well, if maybe the donation was not enough money, perhaps, and that is very possible. It is $5 or 500 bits to get a message read, and I know you guys that my wisdom, well, it does not come cheap, but, well, it is the only way that the stream can function. So, again, I am sorry for that, but also, your name is Mr. Blue Hater 99G, and, well, I think that that is an attack towards me, and I am blue, so that is a little racist. Now we're going to go to the next question. Cheese Hater from Italy says, I keep punching holes in my apartment walls, and now everyone thinks I'm a cheese fan, and I love cheese. I don't, in parentheses. Well, this is a problem. Personally, my favorite cheese is blue cheese, but if you're not a fan of cheese, I completely understand it. It has quite a particular flavor as well. So, well, I would maybe go and tell your neighbors and all of those people that are involved in the situation currently that, well, you do not like cheese, and maybe they will understand. If it is very much something that you would be interested in doing, well, I would probably do that. Well, that's Mr. Blue's advice. Crusher 102 says, is one wise to dwell on the grand scale of our universe, or rather find importance and meaning within it? Well, I don't know what that means quite much, but all I can tell you is I really like the color blue, and, well, it is because I am blue, and my name is Mr. Blue, and that is my thing, kind of, that I'm doing right now. Well, you know, sometimes people are saying that I am too blue, but I think that that is just, well, a hater, perhaps. So, that is time for the next question. Thank you very much for your question. Blindfire says, hello, Mr. Blue. Thank you. And I should be in, or, well, I really think that this is a complex question and it probably needs a complex response. Well, I think that, well, maybe you should, but then if you don't want to, then you should not do that. Well, it really depends on the factor of the situation and all of the different elements that are at play currently. Well, I suppose that is my answer, but it is a really complicated thing, and I hope that you find the answer and the solution that you're looking for. Well, okay, I think it is time for the next question. You said that you are sour with me, and I'm kind of depressed about it, and I think my wife is doing strange things. What do I? Gurk from Texas. Well, I'm sorry if my statements have been not nice. Well, I like to think that I am a nice guy, but sometimes people make me sour, and that is something that I have to feel. Sometimes, like, I am a little sour blue guy and a little sour blueberry, perhaps, but do not use that term because that is racist. Anyway, Gurk from Texas, about your wife doing strange things, well, that is quite a curious statement. What kind of strange thing is she doing? Perhaps she is sleeping in too late? Perhaps she is leaving the house and not coming home for several weeks. I do not know what this is. Is she eating wrong? Perhaps she is pregnant. I don't know. Well, I hope that answered your question, and I'm sad to hear that you were depressed. Gurk the Caveman is back at us with another statement. Thank you, Blue Man. Gurk hit wife with rock. She not angry anymore. Problem is fixed. Tiny man who touch wife next. You give good advice. Well, I am happy to hear that your problem is solved, but unfortunately I believe that what you are saying right now is that you were admitting to murder. Well, that's not good. I think that is a bad thing that you did. Well, please, if you are on a murder spree, I would not kill the man that has had sex with your wife. Well, because despite that is a bad thing, I probably would stop from being a murderer. Well, I hope that answered your question, but this is a really terrible situation, I think, so I suppose we will go to the next question. The question is as follows. Do you dream? I dream of blue, pretty much, so, yeah. All right, hey. Our next question is from Blue Eye Guy. What are your thoughts on tetrachromacy? Well, I don't know what that is, but all I can tell you is that I love monochromacy. And that is meaning that, well, I like it when things are a certain color. And in my case, of course, that is the color blue as well. Well, thank you, Blue Eye Guy, for the question, but I'm sorry that I cannot answer that much. Well, I do not know what that is. Well, is it maybe perhaps, well, I do not know. I do not want to say that what I think it might be, but is it maybe perhaps the condition where you have two eyes that are a different color that you were trying to say? I forget what that term is called. Well, I think it's called, actually, no, I do know what it is called. It is called you know what? I do not know. The next question, please. This question says, what color do you like your waffles? From Craigery, from Canada. Well, because I am a blue guy, I have to say that I love blue waffles so much. Well, it is the best kind of waffle, and you put a little blueberry on that as well as some whipped cream and perhaps some maple syrup. You are a guy from Canada after all. Well, that is something that I really like. So, all right, this is the next question. Well, let us go to the next question. Okay. KS says, the shelling will continue. Disband the ethics committee? Well, it really depends on who is being shelled right now. Well, actually, no, it does not. Well, because I think that every person deserves the right to not be bombed. Well, anyway, I don't think that we should disband the ethics committee, but, well, I guess it depends on the situation. Well, I'm not quite sure what to say about this one. Well, I guess it is the next question. I Am Goofball says, how do you line up your shots for your skit videos to keep the body and lighting perfectly still while the face moves? It looks extremely good and the effect works really well. What's the secret? Well, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what that means. I'm Mr. Blue and I used to have a show named The Mr. Blue Show, and I do not know what you mean by skit videos. But I suppose if I were to do skit videos in the situation, I would say thank you for saying they look great, and I would probably say, well, the way that I do it, and I'm not saying I do, because I'm Mr. Blue. I don't know what you're talking about, but, well, as well, I am Mr. Blue. So, but what I would do to that, well, I would probably take a video where I am standing still, and then I would probably do little movements such as this. Maybe I would move my mouth, and then I'd be like this, maybe, and then I would maybe perhaps mask out the individual body part, maybe, that I am doing right now to making the video work. And I can make it look like it is a stop motion or maybe a point and click. So, that is my answer to your question, and I really do not know what the hell you're talking about. You sound like a crazy guy. Well, here's the next question. Zingu says, I just got stabbed in my lower left abdomen about 5 minutes ago. What should I do? Also, before I pass out, I would like to thank the mods. Yes, thank you to the mods. The mods are doing a great job as well. Well, If you are passing out, well, then it might be too late. Perhaps you can calling an emergency vehicle, or maybe there are a bystander that can help apply pressure to the wound. I sure hope that you did not pull the knife out, because if you did, well, I suppose I am saying goodbye to you. Well, I hope that you do not bleed out, and that there are trained medical professionals nearby. Well, good luck with that. Oscar Jimenez says, Mr. Blue, my rat of a neighbor keeps spraying my house red with his garden hose. I've tried spritzing blue bile on his windows, but he won't give it a rest. Should I escalate the conflict or move? Well, I have always been a strong proponent for not doing a conflict, because that's just not a good thing to do as well. So I really think that if you can find a way that is a nice and peaceful resolve and resolution to the conflict, then well, maybe you should try and doing that. Maybe it is you can let him spray a little paint of red on your house, and maybe he will let you spray a little blue. I mean, perhaps that there is a way that this can be solved. Well, I do not really know. Well, this is a very difficult situation, and well, I as well hope that you perhaps will find a solution to that. And as well, I really hope that everything is good for you and is the best. Well, your rat of a neighbor, I'm sure, has good intention, and I'm sure if you talk to him, well, you'll get to the bottom of the problem. Well, this is the next question. Hi, Mr. Blue. I think my GF likes blackjack because recently she got a Queen of Spades tattoo. Should I join her at the casino? Slugbath. Thanks for the question. Well, I love gambling, I'll tell you right now. Gambling as well is one of the greatest, funnest thing you can ever do. I would take all of your money and put it on the one ship. Maybe bet it on blue if that was a possibility, but it is not. So, well, gambling is a great thing, and I think that you should keep doing a gambling as well. And if your wife is a gambler, well, then that is double the pot. You can make double the money. So that is my answer to the question. This is the next question from Quetzalcoatl 502. Hey, I have heard about this guy before. Really famous in the weird name community. Anyway, this is a question that is coming from him. So, as a Bolian, why did you choose to live on the Federation home planet? Well, this is a crazy question, and I understand the confusion. The Bolian is a race of alien from Star Trek that looks a little blue like me, but in the Bolian, well, they don't have hair. And, well, check it out. Yeah, that's right. I am not an alien. In fact, I am a man that is blue. So it is a great question, but it is unfortunately does not apply to me right now. So, all right, this is the next question. Corpse Tommy from Blicky Blue Avenue 1-2. Well, my pet rock has parasites. What do I do? Well, this is a really bad thing. I would give your pet rock a little bath, perhaps perhaps a little bit of a hot bath with a soap to get all the parasite off. And perhaps go to the veterinarian or maybe the geologist and ask, what is a good thing that I can do to get all of the parasite off of my pet? So, well, that's about what I have to say about that. Well, you know, I once had a pet rock one time, and well, as well as it never got parasite, it was a very, very fun time, and I would not like my rock to having a parasite. All right, the next question. Hi, oh my god, hi, hey, hi. Where do is find user looking for boy wife? Well, this question comes from Jungle Steel, and I think they're referring to maybe perhaps the person earlier that was looking for a boy wife. Well, it looks like your boy wife is here, because this person is probably a boy trying to be a wife to you. So look at that. The blue stream, me, Mr. Blue. Well, I am becoming a little bit of a matchmaker maybe. Well, I hope that you guys find love, and have a good. Why was this picture taken of you on January 6th, and what were you doing? Well, this is clearly a Photoshop, Blue Canada Kisser, because, well, on January 6th, I was at my house. Well, I was certainly not at the Capitol or anything doing a riot. That would make me a person that is, well, federally wanted criminal, and I would never do anything like that. So, as well as, well, that is not the kind of thing that I am doing. So, that picture is a Photoshop, I think. I am not a person that has ever gone to any of the Capitol riot, but perhaps you are mistaking me for another blue guy. Oh, well, there he is. There he is, and he is a blue man as well, but I think that is actually a picture of me. Perhaps I was brainwashed as well to going to the Capitol riot. This guy, his name is Micro Rhythm, and, well, he's asking, are you hungry? Actually, I am very hungry. I'm actually kind of starved right now. Really a hungry guy. So, well, I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna go eat soon. Well, anyway. You guys, this has been a really fun time, and I think I'm going to have to stop and call for the last question. You guys, send your final questions in right now. I am going to give you 1 minute. Okay, so I have been having a lot of fun recently. I mean, it's been really good. So, well, alright, we're going to turn off the little message that says the thing about the super chat and the 500 bits. Well, because unfortunately it is getting late and I do not want to answer so many questions, but, well, now we're just going to do a normal stream, and then I'm going to answer the final question. So get the question in now for $5, but after that, I am going to say no, and I'm going to cut off the question. So, alright, as well, let's go to the next question, I think. Alright, well, let me get this up here. Okay, well, this is the same question as earlier, but there is a number 4. Alright. Anonymous from America says, this is what I look like. Can you rate me on a scale from 1 to 10? Baby, oh baby, you do not need to be insecure about anything. Baby, I think you are very well. I'm gonna say it right now. Well, to be honest, if you asked me this in real life, I'd probably look at you and go, wow, well, you're a beautiful person. You're a beautiful babe, I think. Well, what are you doing later maybe tonight? Well, we could do some gaming perhaps if you want to do that. Well, I think that, well, that is a bad question to ask. I mean, looking at yourself, you are such a sexy and you are an attractive person. Let us get a little zoom in on that. Well, shall we? Well, are you seeing this? Are you guys seeing this? I cannot even believe that this... All I am... Well, that was quite... Well, I'm having a really hard time looking at you and not feeling well, because I'm kind of feeling... Well, I really think that you're an attractive person, and I really think that you should not be so hard on yourself, because, well, I honestly, quite frankly, I've never seen a better looking person in my life. So I think that you are a very good looking person, and I would do anything... I would do almost anything for you. I would do anything for you. Yeah, you're sexy as fuck. All right. The next question is. Well, this is an... Well, let me be clear real quick, okay? Well, I'm not laughing at you, I am laughing with you, because, well, I think you're such an attractive and hot, sexy person. Well, I think that, well, I'm sorry if I made you feel bad, but it really was not my intention. And, well, I'm sorry, Anonymous from America, but I genuinely think that you were such a nice person, and, well, I think that, well, all of that, I think that you were a nice person, so, well, I am sorry for laughing, but I truly think that you were being too hard on yourself. Well, everyone, I want to say really quick before we continue, we have some question left, but, well, I am going to cut off the donation right now, okay? So, if there's any more donation, starting from this point on, well, I am sorry, but I can't put them in there, so I'm sorry about that as well. So, well, we're going to read the final messages now, and, well, I'm going to make it a very, well, we're going to have it, okay, well, here's the next question. Okay, yes, so that is there's going to be no more question. Okay, we're going to look at the next question here. Okay, so, a blue rapscallion stole my credit card. Do you know him? From FBI surveillance van. Well, I don't know anything about a blue rapscallion or anything like that. Well, I have been known to be a little blue rapscallion in my youth, but, well, not anymore. Now I no longer do things like that because, well, that is not constructive to the society that we live, so, alright. Anyway, well, this is the next question. I smell you. Sniff. Smells like you're straight jorking it. And by it, I mean my peanuts. The flesh speaks to me. By Flam. Well, that is such a lovely message that you are sending me today. Well, I am really liking that. I hope that I am smelling good, and, well, I'm gonna wish you a good luck to jorking it. Well, I guess it is time... I think... I didn't have... What the fuck? Well, this is a crazy thing that is happening right now. It looked like there is a duplicate message. Well, well, this is the question that I have now is, well, did somebody send two messages? Or was it two different people that are saying the same thing at the same time? That is a really big coincidence. Well, that's crazy. So, alright, well, I guess here's the next question that we have for today. Well... Well, I already have answered this question, so, well, I guess we're going to go to the next question. Why did you show us Gurma Wormtongue? Well, sleep paralysis demon, I'm not sure who that is, and I don't know if I showed you them.
It's Saruman's, like, control person. Corrupts King Denethor.
Oh.
Or Theoden.
Is that what that is?
King Theoden.
Yeah. Okay, I am guessing that is like a Lord of the Ring thing. What is... Okay, well, that is very interesting. Well, I don't know that I showed you that... Well, if you are saying that the last person that I'm showing you on the stream is that, well, that's crazy. Well, because... Well, that's just a mean thing to say, but... Well, I'm hoping that that's not what you meant, that you were saying that the last person, the picture that we showed was that. Well, alright. Well, here's the next question, I think. you guys, it looks like we are at the end of this slideshow. Thank you for so much. You guys, I am going to thank you so much. The moderation team is doing a great job at putting all this question together, and well, I had a little couple moment where I did a little laughing too. Well, all right. We reached the end of the questions, you guys, and well, I want to say to everybody from the deepest, darkest, the most loving part of my heart, well, I want to say thank you so much for everything that you've done, and well, I think I'm going to, well, maybe we can look at chat and just see if there's any stragglers for questions that we have left to answer, perhaps, and well, I think we will, well, actually, you know what, actually, I'm a kind of a hungry blue guy, but I want to thank everybody for coming to the stream and, well, having such a good time with me, and like, well, this has been really fun as well, so perhaps we will do this again some other time, and, well, I just want to say, well, I'm so happy that everyone has been here for me, and I want to thank, well, I want to thank the moderation team for putting the question together, and I would like to thank also my producer assistant who is doing all of the a lot of the work, and well, and most importantly, I want to thank everybody that, well, is in here, because, well, you guys are, well, you are funding the Blue Man stream, and well, you are asking so many important questions, and well, I am really happy to answer everything for you. So, well, I think that is what we're going to do. So, everybody, I want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart that, well, we're having a great time. Well, all right. Well, guys, if you haven't checked it below, well, there is a link in the description, well, and that says, well, it says twitch.tv/ well, it says Luca Big Pants. And, well, that is the stream. And, well, I don't know who this Luca Big Pants guy is. Well, you can click that right there, and it will bring you to the Twitch. And the Twitch is the coolest part, right? It is like a bunch of where all the cool people are. Okay, well, I think that what I am going to do now... Oh, I got a little blue booger on my finger. Well, that is crazy. Alright, well, everybody, I think I'm going to disappear now. And, well, if you are on YouTube and you click on the link in the description, well, maybe I will stay on Twitch for another couple minutes and have a few words with you. So, join now and click at the link in the description and join the Discord as well. Alright, everybody, well, I'm going to disappear. And it was good to see you on YouTube, but if you are on Twitch, stick around for another 5 minutes, because, well, we're going to have a little conversation together. Okay, everybody, I will see you now.